Guys, listen, I get a lot of questions all the time about cake mapping, projection mapping, wall mapping, everything, okay? The symposium on Tuesday, we're going to be talking a lot about cake mapping, some about wall mapping and monograms, but a lot about cake mapping. And the number one question that most people have is displays. How do you display? How do you set up the projector for your cake mapping? This is something that's very important, okay? You want to make sure that things are done properly so that it looks right. We were doing the cake map, and we're going to be charging a lot of money for this. So you want to make sure that you're showing a full display, and you're not just setting up a projector in a corner somewhere that's going to be showing your projections and everything on there. You want to pay attention to a lot of things that you need to pay attention to. So I want to show you a little bit of a display that we have set up. Now, mind you, in this display that I have, we're not showing our drapery because I want to show you our the setup the way it is dry without the drapery covering some stuff. And then the table itself, it's not an actual cake, it's just a styrofoam cutout cake that we're using right now. So the image is a little bit less, have a little bit of a less resolution than it normally would. The brightness and stuff is a little bit off because it's being absorbed by the styrofoam. But you can see in the pictures and the way we have our display, you can see the difference between the two, all right? So 1 second, and we're gonna show you the cake map. All right, guys, so I wanna show you the display. Turn a little bit, face the display. So basically we're running 2 Global Trust totems, uplit, looks really nice. Global Trust tubing across the top into our Optima EH501 projector, running our Peerless wireless kit. It's running into our tower setup right over here. Running our KS Grand VJ XT 2.0, all right? Everything is kept clean. Normally we were running 3 projectors up here. 1 in the center, 2 on each side. All right. For purposes of this demonstration, we only did 1. We only had this room for a little bit. So we were a little limited on what we could do. The projection itself, we didn't crop out the layers. So we're showing independent layers on each thing, on all the surfaces. All right. Here we would have a projector up here, a projector over here, and then we would have drapery going all the way around, covering the projectors so you don't see any of the projectors showing anything that's there. You would just see the focus of the cake and then the display that we made. All right, so I'm gonna grab the camera. I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of what we did. I'm gonna step back a little bit. Basically, the display dry. And over here, running our case, Grand VJ. Our built computer, running 2 GeForce GTX 770 graphics cards. We got our Peerless HD Flow wireless kit we got from Ben Stowe, and then the computer and everything else that we got going along with it. All right, and here's the mapping. See if we get the camera to focus a little bit. Here we're running 17 different layers. All right, we have 15 on the cake alone, 2 on the picture frames. The picture frames are really easy to do. All it is white, thick cardstock paper, running sideshows on the picture frames itself. And then the cake, like I said, is styrofoam. Shows a little bit differently because of the styrofoam absorbing it, but looks really good. I'm gonna let it cycle through a little bit so you guys can watch this. Now, sometimes for smaller rooms, you're going to want to pay attention to a lot of things that are going on, all right? We did a cake mapping in this specific room just the other day, last weekend. We used 1 projector coming off of 1 totem using 1 8.5-foot truss pole. This setup itself could be done in most rooms, no problems, okay? Very easy. We have it all rigged up. Global Truss swivel mounts onto the truss itself. Poles going over. Projector itself. And obviously this would all be hidden. You wouldn't see it because of the drapery that would be there. And then on top we have our peerless kit that is going over to our peerless kit over here. Shooting everything wirelessly. Don't have to worry about cables, cords, or anything. Inside the Alright, we got another memory card put in here. Just want to show you a little bit of the slides itself. VGA is an amazing program. Very easy to use. Have a lot of fun with it. Alright, we focus more on doing large-scale wall mapping rather than just the cake mapping itself. When we first decided to do the cake mapping, a big issue for me was the setup. How are you going to set it up so that it could look presentable and not look crazy? Alright, and this one we feel looks absolutely beautiful. The venue here, they coming in, Joey, maitre d' here, venue manager, along with Uncle Joe. We like to call him Uncle Joe. Absolutely love it. Bringing guests in to see it as they're coming in just now. But this setup looks absolutely amazing, especially with the drapery on the top. 3 projectors. All right, and now it's saving onto the